Ma'am, this yard has become a safety concern.
I know, I kept telling myself I'd get to it.
Please don't wait any longer.
Officer, has it really gotten that bad?
Bad enough that the neighbors thought no one lived here anymore.
Then let me make sure no one ever calls this place abandoned again.
An overgrown yard doesn't happen overnight. It happens one tomorrow at a time. Sometimes, what people call neglect is really the quiet weight of a person who's forgotten what it feels like to look forward to another day. After the officer left, I walked over and introduced myself. The elderly woman thanked me for speaking up, but she looked embarrassed as she glanced at the sea of tall grass surrounding her home. I gently asked how the yard had reached this point. She gave a small smile and said, "It didn't happen all at once." She told me that after retiring, every day began to feel exactly the same. She would wake up, make a cup of coffee, look out the window and tell herself, "I'll start tomorrow." Tomorrow became next week. Next week became next month. Before she realized it, the grass had grown taller than the walkway, the faded yellow weeds had swallowed the front yard, and the overgrowth on both sides of the house had begun hiding part of the home from the street. It wasn't because she had stopped caring. She had simply stopped believing she had a reason to begin again. Before I tell you what happened next, comment where you're watching from so we can see how far this story reaches around the world. Looking at the yard, I realized she didn't need someone to give her a perfect lawn. She needed someone to remind her that a fresh start can begin with one small step. So I offered to restore it for free. I began by cutting through the waist-high grass that had completely covered the front walkway until the path slowly appeared again. Then I cleared the tall, dry grass spread across the front yard before trimming the thick overgrowth along both sides of the house. Once everything was opened up, I used my mower to bring the lawn back under control, turning what had looked abandoned into a place that finally felt lived in again. After that, I carefully trimmed the stubborn patches the mower couldn't reach and finished by using the blower to clear every path and every corner. When everything was done, the elderly woman slowly stepped outside and stood where the front walkway had been hidden only a few hours earlier. She looked around the yard for a long moment, then turned toward me with tears in her eyes. "Thank you," she whispered. "You didn't just clear away the grass. You gave me the courage to believe that tomorrow can still be different." I smiled and replied, "Sometimes all it takes is one good day to remind us that hope is never as far away as it feels." She nodded, looked across the yard once more and softly said, "I kept waiting for tomorrow to change my life, but today changed it instead." At that moment, I realized something I'll never forget. Hope doesn't always arrive as a miracle.